Hello everyone, welcome back to Success Care 24. So today we'll have a practice session from the topic profit and loss. Okay, and the basic of this topic is actually what is profit. Profit is when your CP is less than SP. That means CP is your cost price. Okay, so cost price is whenever your cost price is less than selling price, then you are getting a profit. Okay, and if your CP is greater than SP, then you will suffer loss. Okay, so this is the basics of profit and loss, but actually profit and loss is an extended topic of percentage. You need to have a very good command on the topic percentage. If you have that command on percentage, then you can solve profit and loss questions very easily. Okay, so we are moving further to the questions number 1. Okay, so let us revise once again. What was my profit? So profit occurs when your SP is greater than CP. Okay, profit occurs when SP is greater than CP, and when CP is greater than SP, you will suffer loss. Okay, so this is my basics of profit and loss. I've already discussed the basics of profit and loss in one of my previous videos. You can check once if you have any questions or any doubts regarding profit and loss. Okay, I've already discussed and the videos are on the playlist. You can check once. Okay, fine. So today, since it is a practice session, so we'll move to the questions very quickly. All right, so let's get back to our questions. So my question number 1 is given as, okay, fine. So you were given an owner sells the same item to 2 different people at different profit percentages. All right, from the first person he gets a profit of 20%, and from the second person he gets a profit of 40%. So, okay, so you are given 2 profit percentages. So one is 20% and another is 40%. So from the first person he is getting profit of how much? 20%, and from the second person he is getting profit of 40%. Okay, fine. So if the combined profit from both the sales is 60 rupees 60, find the cost price of that item, and you are given the combined profit in rupees, so rupees 60. Fine. So what can we do? So let us discuss it in a very short manner. Okay, I'll discuss this question in a very short manner without taking x or y, without putting values of x and y. I will solve this question in a very short manner, which is very beneficial for you to learn in your exam. Okay, fine. So if my profit percentage is 20%, so I know what is 20%. So 20% is equal to 1 by 5, isn't it? So 20%, fractional value of 20% is 1 by 5. If this is so, what is the shortcut method to solve this question? You see clearly. So if I consider my denominator to be my CP, fine. If I consider my denominator to be CP, that means if my CP is equal to 5, then what would be my profit? My profit would be considered as my numerator. My profit would be considered as my numerator. So numerator is given as how much? 1. So when your cost price is 5 and your profit is 1, then what would be your SP? SP is equal to what? 5 plus 1? 5 plus 1, because you are getting a profit of rupees 1 here. So that means your SP would be 5 plus 1, 6. Are you getting my points? This is the short way to do questions of profit and loss using that formula of what? Fractional conversion of percentage. Okay, so if I use the formula of fractional conversion of percentage into fractions, then I can solve my profit and loss questions very easily. How? So we know that 20% is equal to 1 by 5. I know this. Okay, fine. So if this is so, if I consider my CP to be my denominator, that means if my CP is 5, I am getting profit of how much? I am getting profit as the value of the numerator. So my numerator is 1, that means my profit is 1. So if my profit is 1, if my CP was 5, then what would be my SP? Now my SP would be 5 plus 1, 6. So for the first person, SP is 6. Okay, fine. And what you are given next? For the second person also, you are getting how much? 40% of profit. So you know 40% is how much? 40% is equal to 2 by 5. If you know the fractional value, how can we get back to our fractions? So 40%, 40 means 40% is 40 by 100. So 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10. So that means 40% is equivalent to how much? 2 by 5 in fractions. So if 40% is equal to 2 by 5, that means if I consider my CP to be 5, and thus my profit amount becomes how much? Equal to my numerator. So my numerator is 2, that means my profit occurs is 2. So SP would be how much? 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. Okay. So from the profit percentages, I have calculated my CP and SP ratios. So my CP would be 5 and SP would be 6 for the first person, and my CP would be 5 and SP would be 7 for the second person. Fine. Okay. Now you are given what? If the combined profit from both the sales is rupees 60. So my combined sale is how much? Rupees 60. Now you know in the ratio your profit was 1 for the first person and your profit was how much? 2 for the second person, isn't it? So your profit was rupees 1 for your first person and profit is 2 for your second person. That means if I consider my fraction ratio values, then my profit would be how much? Then my, according to the ratios, my profit becomes how much? 1 plus 2. This is my combined profit, isn't it? Because from the first person I have gained rupees 1 and from the second person I have gained rupees 2 according to the ratio. If this is so, then as a whole the combined profit would be 1 plus 2 how much? 3. But in question, how much is the actual profit? Okay, in questions or according to the question, the actual profit is how much? Rupees 60. So that means my 3 ratio must be equal to how much? Must be equal to rupees 60. So from that I have find the 1 ratio value. So 1 ratio value would be how much? Rupees 60 by 3. That means rupees 20. So in 1 ratio I have rupees 20. So how much I need? I need to find the cost price. So what was your cost price ratio? Your cost price ratio was 5. So that means if 1 ratio is equal to rupees 20, then 5 ratio would be equal to how much? Rupees 20 into 5. That means equal to 100. Okay. So this is the short method to solve profit and loss question using percentage. Okay. So using percentage I have solved this. Fine. Are you getting my points? So since my CP ratio was 5 and I am getting 1 ratio value as rupees 20, that means my CP would be rupees 100. Okay, so we have option number 1 as my answer. Okay, fine. So this was my question number 1. Alright, so let's move to question number 2. Okay, moving to question number 2. So you were given a dishonest shopkeeper. Okay, the dishonest shopkeeper sells the sugar and claims that he sells the sugar at rupees 65, which cost him rupees 60 per kg. Okay, so his selling price was, his SP was how much? Rupees 65 per kg, and his CP was, actual CP was rupees 60 per kg. His actual CP was rupees 60 per kg as given in the question. But he gave 900 gram instead of 1 kg. But what he has done? He has given 900 gram instead of 1 kg. Okay, fine. So find the profit or loss percentage got by the seller. So since you are given the SP rupees 65 per kg, that means you know that 1000 grams of sugar is costing you rupees 65. So that means 1 gram of what? Sugar is of rupees 65 by 1000 by applying unitary method, isn't it? So since you are actually providing him how much? 900 gram, not 1000 gram, isn't it? Because you are telling lie that you are giving him 1000 gram, but actually you are giving him 900 grams. So that means you are actually giving him 900 grams. So the SP of 900 gram should have rupees how much? 65 by 1000 into 900, isn't it? So this should be the actual value while selling that sugar. While selling the sugar, the shopkeeper should have get the value as this much, because he is actually selling 900 grams of the product. All right, so from here I am getting my SP of 900 gram as how much? This will cancel out, and 65 from here, 65 into 9 by 10. So 65 into 9 will give you how much? 5 9 6 are 54 and from 58. So 58.5 should be the actual value, isn't it? So he has sold the product at rupees 65, but the actual value of the product must be how much? 58.5, as he is selling 900 gram instead of 1000 gram, isn't it? Are you getting my point? Since he is selling 900 grams, that means actual value of that 900 gram must be 58.5 rupees, but he has sold that sugar in rupees 65. So how much profit he is getting? So his profit is, since my SP becomes greater than CP, so my profit would be, profit must be equal to 65 minus of 58.5. So this is my profit amount. So now my profit amount is 5. Okay, so this is your 8 and so 6.5. Okay, so 6.5 is my profit amount. So if this is my profit amount, then you are need to find the profit or loss percentage. Of course, he is gaining profit because his SP was greater than the actual value. So that means he is getting profit. So his profit percentage would be how much? Profit percentage is calculated on actual value. We always calculated profit percentage or or loss percentage on actual value or original value or on cost price. So since my actual value is 58.5 and he is getting profit of 6.5 on that price, so my profit percentage would be 6.5 by 58.5 into 100%. So if I calculate this value, then how much will I get? So if I do so, profit percentage will be equal to 65 by 585 into 100. So 513 and 5157. So 13 and how much? 13 nines are. So 13 nines are your 117. So from here I am getting profit percentage as 1 by 9 into 100% into 100. So 1 by 9 100% is what? 11.11%. Okay, so 1 by 9 into 100 will give you 11.11%. So this is my actual profit. Okay, are you getting my points? Because he is selling actually 900 gram instead of 1000 grams. So 1000 gram cost him rupees 65, but this is not the actual value because he has actually sold 900 grams. So value of 900 gram was 58.5. So this much profit he has gained. So from that, profit percentage would be the profit amount divided by what? Actual value or original value. So my profit percentage is 11.11%. Okay, fine. So now let's move to the question number 3. So this is how we solve profit and loss questions, all right, using percentage values. So you need to have a very good command on the topic percentage for that. So if you have very good command on percentage, then profit and loss is very easy for you. So question number 3 is given as Rahul bought a burger for rupees 40. Okay, so the CP for the burger was how much? Rupees 40. Okay. He sold it for 20% profit to Shweta. So his profit percentage was how much? 20%. So I know if my profit percentage is 20, so 20 means equal to fractional value is how much? 1 by 5. So I've already taught you, if the fractional value is this, then I can consider my denominator as what? I can consider my denominator as my cost price. So if my cost price is 5 ratio, then my SP would be how much? Since we are getting profit, so it will get, the numerator will get add up. So 5 plus 1 will give you 6. Okay, so this is my what profit amount. This is my CP, so SP would be 5 plus 1, 6. Okay, but this is my actually ratio. So this is the ratios of CP and SP, but this is not my actual value of CP and SP. Fine, this is only the ratio. Now I need to find the actual value. Okay, so since you are given what? CP for that burger was 40. So that means 5 ratio must be equal to how much? Rupees 40, isn't it? Because actual value of that burger was rupees 50. Oh, sorry, rupees 40. So that means 5 ratio must be equal to 40. That means 1 ratio will cost how much? So 1 ratio will have rupees 8. Okay. So 1 ratio will have rupees 8. That means 6 ratio. That means the value of SP or 6 ratio would be equal to rupees how? 4 into 6. So that means rupees 48. So who? Rahul. So Rahul sold that item to whom? Shweta. So Rahul sold the burger to Shweta at how much rupees? 48 rupees. And this 48 rupees is what? So this 48 rupees would be what? Cost price for Shweta. So this was the cost price for Rahul. This was the cost price for Rahul, and now this 48 is cost price for Shweta. So for Shweta, my cost price become how much? 48. Fine. Now Shweta sold it at 33:1/3% profit to Suresh. Again Shweta is selling that burger. Okay. Okay, fine. Again, so no one actually eating it. Okay, they are selling that burger. Fine. So Shweta sold it at 33:1/3% profit to Suresh. So I know that profit percentage is equal to 33:1/3%, and the fractional value for 33:1/3% is equal to 1/3. You just memorize this percentage to fraction conversion table very well. Okay, it is very much important. I have already told in my previous session. I have already told. So this is very much important for you to memorize the percentage to fractional values. Okay, so profit percentage is 33:1/3%. That means the fractional value for this percentage is 1/3. If this is so, my CP would be then how much? CP ratio would be 3. Then my SP would be how much? How much? My SP would be 3 plus 1 will give you 4. So my SP must be what? 4. Now you already know the value of CP for Shweta. So what was my CP for Shweta? My CP for Shweta was the SP for Rahul. What was the SP for Rahul? That would be what? CP for Shweta, because Shweta has purchased it from Rahul at rupees 48. So 3 ratio value would give you how much? Because this is CP for Shweta. So 3 ratio value is equal to rupees 48. So that means 1 ratio will give you how much? Rupees 16, isn't it? Since 3 ratio is equal to rupees 48, that means 1 ratio will give you rupees 16. So if 1 ratio is equal to rupees 16, then I need SP, and I know the SP ratio to be 4. So that means the 4 ratio will have rupees how much? 16 into 4. So 16 into 4 will give you rupees 64. Okay. So SP for Shweta is rupees 64. Now find the cost price of burger for Suresh. So since Shweta has sold it to whom? Suresh. Shweta has sold it to Suresh. So that means that SP for Shweta would become what? CP for Suresh. So CP for Suresh would be how much? Rupees 64. So CP for Suresh would be rupees 64. My option number 2 would be the correct answer. Okay. So what I have done here? I have done nothing. Just I have seen that percentage to fractional conversion, and from here I am getting my CP ratios. From here I get what 1 ratio's cost, and from that I am getting the SP ratios value. Okay, and finally I am getting my required answer. So option number 2 would be my correct answer. Fine. So let us move to question number 4. Okay. So question number 4 is given as Rohan went to the Vishal Mega Mart and sees that there is a 20% discount and the 30% discount on a t-shirt. He thinks he got the t-shirt at 50% off. Find the discount he gets on the t-shirt. Okay, so Rahul went to the Vishal Mega Mart and he says there is a 20% discount. Okay, 20% discount. The first discount is his 20%. Again, he is getting how much? Discount number 2 is 30%. So he thinks he got t-shirt at rupees 50% off. Find the discount he gets on the t-shirt. So he is thinking that he is getting 50% discount, but this is not the actual discount. Okay, so I need to find what would be my actual discount. So how would I get it? How do I get my actual discount? So for that we have a formula for successive discount or successive profit. So formula for successive discount is successive, you may call it successive discount, successive increase, successive decrease, everything. Okay, the formula is applicable to everything like successive increase or successive decrease, successive discount or successive profit. Okay, fine. So for my successive decrease formula, or decrease is nothing but what? Discount actually means decrease. So discount or decrease will be how much? So you are given first 20% discount. Since I am getting discount, so I can take this as negative value. Since my value is decreasing, so that is why I can consider this discount as minus. Or if I am getting profit, then I can consider this as plus. Okay, I can consider this as plus 20%. Since I am getting discount, so I am considering this as a minus 20%. So first I am getting this. Next I am getting how much? Again I am getting 30% discount. So both are discount. So since both are discount, so both are negative, we will consider both to be negative. So now my next discount is minus 30%. Okay, fine. So I am writing this 20% minus 30. My formula would be then plus, and now you multiply this 20 and 30. You don't need to write this percentage value here. You can only write 20, 30. Okay. So minus 20 into minus 30 divided by 100. That means my formula for successive discount will be what? Minus A minus B plus minus A into minus B divided by 100. So that would be my successive discount formula. You know what is successive discount? That means one after another. Successive means one after another in a certain order. Okay, in a order. So you are getting one discount, after that you are getting another discount, or you are getting one profit, after that you are getting another profit. That means successive. Okay, so successive discount would be this, and if I am getting this as my profit, then my formula would have become plus A plus B plus A plus B divided by 100. For the profit, my formula would become this. So only the sign changes. All other things remain same, only the sign changes. So for profit I would take plus, or for discount I would take minus. Okay, fine. So my formula now becomes this. So minus 20 minus 30 would give you how much? Minus 50, and minus minus will give you how much? 50. So plus, so minus will give you plus, and 20 into 30 is 600. Okay, minus provide you plus, my sign become plus, and 20 into 30 will give you 600 divided by 100. So minus 50 plus 6. So that means minus 44. And why this minus comes before? Because I am getting discount. Okay, because it is a discount, so I am getting minus here. So minus sign is for discount, and if I would have get plus 4, that means it would mean profit. Okay, so my actual discount is 44%. He is not only getting 50%, he is actually getting 44% of discount. Okay, so this is the value of, this is the case of successive discount. Okay, now let's move to question number 5. Okay, so question number 5 is given as a shopkeeper marked a product 20% above the cost price and sold the product for rupees this by giving 2 successive discounts. You are getting my points? So successive discount of 10% each. So every time he is giving 10% of discount. Find the cost price of the product. You are asked to find the cost price. So the shopkeeper marked a product 20% above the cost price. That means I have now a new concept of mark price. So mark price is what? When you increase your product value, or when you increase your cost price on a certain value, on a certain level, then I consider it as a mark price. And in mark price, after giving some discount, so what shopkeeper does? Shopkeeper gives discount on mark price. After that, at certain price, he sells the items, and this selling price is known as your SP. Okay, so whenever you go to a shop, you will see that the actual value is increasing, okay, the actual value is always increases by some amount. Fine. The shopkeeper marked a product 20% above the cost price. So if I consider my cost price to be, 100, then what would be my mark price? Since he has marked the product 20% above, okay, as he has marked his product 20% above, then my mark price would be how much? 20% of 100 would be how much? 120, isn't it? So 120 would be my mark price. If this is so, and sold the product for rupees Iman by giving 2 successive discount. So what is the value for successive discount? I have already given you the formula. So formula for the successive discount is minus A minus B plus minus A into minus B divided by 100. So this would be my actual discount. Fine. This is my combined discount after giving 2 successive discounts of 10%. So this would be my combined discount. So combined discount would be minus 10 minus 10. So this is my formula. So from here I am getting minus 20. Minus minus give you plus sign plus. So 100 by 100. That means 19 minus 19. So actual discount is 19, not 20. Okay. So if you are giving 10% of successive discount, then your actual discount is minus of 19. Okay, fine. Minus of 19. Discount is 19. Sign is due to the discount. Okay. So if I'm getting as my 19% discount or combined discount, then what would be my value? So I have considered. What? I have considered my CP to be 100, isn't it? I have considered my CP to be 100. Then my mark price was, since 20% above the cost price, so it becomes 120 mark price. And now my successive discount is, that means combined discount is 19%. So 19% of 120 would give you how much? So 19% of 120 is equal to 19 by 100 into 120. So from here 0 0 will cancel out. 19 into 20, 19 into 12, 19 into 12 will give you 108 and 12. So 8 to 2, 228. So 228 divided by 10. So that means 22.8. So your discount value is 22.8, since you are getting 19% discount. So if I calculate my 19% discount on rupees 20, why on rupees 20? Because I have considered my mark price to be 120. So if I give 19% discount, 19% combined discount on rupees 20, so that means the discount amount is 22.8. So if this is my discount amount, then what would be my SP? Because after giving some discount, I have sold the item to another person, isn't it? So my SP would be 120 minus 22.8. So from here I am getting my SP to be 2, fine, and 7. So my actual SP of that item would be 97.2. So if I consider my CP to be 100, my mark price was 120, and after giving some successive discount of 10% each, my combined discount becomes 19%. And if I calculate my 19% of 120, that means my discount amount is 22.8. So from here I am getting my SP as 97.2, isn't it? So what you are getting here? You are getting that you are suffering loss, isn't it? Since your CP becomes SP, that means you are suffering loss. Your CP was 100, but your SP becomes 97.2. So after giving discount, you are actually suffering loss. So this was what? This was I have taken, this was I have considered. Okay, this is not the actual value. This was I have only considered. This was not my actual value. So if this is so, then if this is my consideration, that means that 97.2 SP must be equal to this much, isn't it? Because actual SP of that product was rupees this. It is given in the question. So it is given in the question that actual SP of that product was rupees this, and I am getting my value which I have considered as 97.2. So I can now equate this two. So if I equate this two, that means my 97.2 selling price is actually equal to rupees 3888. So from here I am getting one ratio as rupees 3888 divided by 97.2. So from here, okay, what I need to find? I need to find the cost price. And what was my consideration for cost price? So my consideration for cost price was rupees 100. So that means I need to find the value of what? 100. So if I calculate my value of 100, then I am getting this into 100. So if you calculate, the calculation seems longer, but let us do. Fine. So if I do the calculation, so from here what will I get? So okay, fine, rupees, this much I need to calculate. Okay, so rupees 3888 divided by 97.2 into 100. I need to calculate this. So if I do the calculation, this was the basic till. Now you have to just only calculate. Calculation is up to you how you calculate. 3880 by 972. If I remove that point into 100, so if I give 4, so 4 into 2, how much? 8. 7 4s are 28, 8 2 remaining, and 9 4s are 36. Yes, it will completely divide. 972 will completely divide 3888. So I am getting 40 as my actual value. So 40 into 100 will give you how much? 4000. So is there any option as 4000? Okay, let me check. So 4000. Okay. So rupees, yes, option number 2. So my actual CP would be rupees 4000. Okay, so till now we have discussed questions 5 from the topic profit and loss, and it is one of the most important topic, as you know, because in every kind of question you will get 2 to 3 questions from this topic only. And to solve this solve questions from this topic, you need to have a very good command on profit percentage. Okay, once you learn that percentage to fraction conversion table, the questions like this becomes very easier. Okay, you can use this method to solve questions very quickly. All right, so that is all for the day. I will do the next remaining questions in my next session. Okay, I'll do the remaining from question number 6 to 10 in my next session. So till then, you just practice, revise those concepts and study well. Okay, so thank you for the day.